Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg, and we're gonna play some more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I'm specifically recording this in advance for when I'm on vacation, so you probably won't see this for a few weeks. But yeah, I got time, I guess, and I'm playing it anyways. I might as well record it for you. So I decided to, instead of just starting fresh from level 1, I decided to start the video when I was kind of part way into the run. Not majorly, but part way. And this time we are doing a Vine Stalker Fighter. So Fighter just lets us start with Scale Mail, a shield, and a decent starting weapon, as well as a potion of might, which is it's a decent start. You don't start with any god, and yeah, that's pretty much about it, I think. Now, Vine Stalkers have they start with lower health, which is a bummer. But they have a magic shield, which means that they automatically split any damage between their mana pool and their health pool. So if you take 8 damage, 4 of it is mana, 4 of it is health. They also have Regeneration 1 right out the gate. I think later they get Regeneration 2. And that increases your natural health regeneration with every turn. They also have an anti-magic bite, which is an auxiliary attack, meaning that while you're doing your normal melee, every so often you'll do a bite attack with your melee. And that will do some damage. That will interrupt spell casting, and I think like silences them or something like that. It messes with spellcasters specifically. And I believe it also steals mana or something like that, which can regenerate your mana through the bite. They also have rot immunity, which I don't know. I'm not well educated on rot. I don't know how often that comes up. But big downside is that you cannot use potions to heal at all. So potions of heal wounds are completely worthless. Potions of ambrosia, which I don't know if I have, probably, which normally increase your health regeneration by quite a bit, does not. And potions of curing, which also heal you, do not do the heal. However, they are still very useful because they cure poisons and diseases. So potions of curing are still good. Heal wounds, though, completely worthless. You can just dump those. So that's a pretty rough downside. Having lower health and not being able to use potions to heal means you have to be a little more careful, especially early on. And Vine Stalkers also have some aptitudes. They have a high aptitude for stealth. So aptitude just means you get basically a natural bonus towards that skill. So they just got +3 bonus to stealth. They have -1 for short blades, which is what we're using, which is not horrible, but it's not great. They have a 0 for invocations, which is fine. I don't know what their other pluses are for, but it's fine. So the reason we're using short blades, which are normally considered like the weakest, I believe, weapon category because they have the lowest damage, and they don't really have anything that special. The reason we're doing it is because what they do have that's special is they have a bonus. They have the highest bonus multiplier for stabbing. So when an enemy is paralyzed, sleeping, or confused, or maybe something else, I don't know, you can stab them for basically like a bonus multiplier of damage, with short blades being the best at it. And those kinds of characters are normally called stabbers. The most basic one that a lot of people recommend is a Spriggan Enchanter, which basically plays as like a short blade stabbing kind of character, but they get spells that are designed to paralyze and confuse and stuff like that. I've not played one of those, but I'm acquainted with the stabber lifestyle because this character is all about Uskaya. Uskaya. You can see up here, I'm a vine stalker of Uskaya. And Uskaya is the god of music and rhythm, something like that. Pretty much how it works. For most gods, as you do stuff that they like, you build up piety. I'm sorry. I always do that wrong. Piety. And so you'll spend a good chunk of time with a single god building up your piety from, 0 stars to 5 stars, and that's how it works. With Uskaya, it's a little bit different because it goes very quickly. Rather than a very slow, gradual scale upwards, and if you really mess up, it scales downwards. Uskaya is meant to kind of fluctuate constantly, sort of like, a rhythm, a beat. So, you right, see, I was at 1 star, now I'm at 2 stars. If I keep going, 3 stars. And then 4 stars. Now if I take a step, 3 stars. And then boom, 1 star, and it's yeah, okay. So, it's kind of an interesting little twist on how the god system normally works, because it just gives benefits the longer you're in a single battle without any sort of interruptions. And so those benefits are, at 1 star, we get this Stomp ability, which sends a shockwave through all adjacent creatures, damages each creature by a percentage of its maximum health, percentage increasing with invocation skill. I almost never use it because it's sort of against the spirit of what I'm trying to accomplish. At 2 stars, which we're at right now, we get Line Pass, which lets you basically pass through a bunch of creatures, and you end up at a different location. And the enemies that you pass through will be confused, and that's about it. Also fairly worthless. Well, hold on. Okay. So here, you can now pass through a line of other dancers, so that's when I hit 2 stars. 3 stars. Uskaya, you force your foes to helplessly watch your dance. Okay, so what that does is every single creature in your line of sight gets paralyzed. Paralyzed, which means they are just completely, they cannot do anything. And so, like, this phantom was paralyzed. This helpless phantom fails to defend itself. You perforate the phantom like a sieve. You destroy the phantom. So, since it's paralyzed, can't do anything, fails to defend itself, so I automatically hit it, and I get to do the multiplied bonus damage, and usually that kills things in 1 hit. Then, at 4 stars, you get prepares your audience for your solo, which lets you do the grand finale ability, which I'll show in a second. And then 5 stars, the final thing, force your foes to share their pain, links your audience in an emotional bond. So that means that a little bit of damage that you do to one character, or I think all the damage you do to one character, is shared amongst all other foes in the area, and so it lets you just kind of wipe out an entire room very quickly. Here, Grand Finale. Merges with the target emotionally and physically and then bursts forth from them, violently splitting them apart and killing them instantly. This ability becomes easier to use as the worshipper's piety and invocation skill increase. So it costs 8 mana, and it pretty much guarantees to kill any one creature. Again, it's not something you'll often use, because by the time you get up that high, usually things are just starting to already be obliterated. But the option is there if need be. So that's the basis of the build. It's kind of a weird stabber because we try to get as heavy armor as we can, the heaviest stuff we can find. So right now we have plate armor, we have a shield, boots, everything we can. But we take a short blade and we get in there, everything gets paralyzed, and then everything gets shared damage, and then everything dies very quickly. But we are still somewhat fragile, so it can be dangerous. We still need to be careful, of course. It's dungeon crawl, but it can be very powerful. So the short blade I just got before I started the video is the +8 quick blade of purpose. It is a vampire weapon, which means that it will heal me when I damage a living foe, which is nice. Healing is always good. It makes us a little bit vulnerable to fire, which sucks, but it gives +3 magic resistance, which is very good, and +4 dex is not shabby. Very nice quick blade. I happen to have a scroll of acquirement, which are very rare, and I happen to get that from it, so quite happy. I'm feeling optimistic. Before that, I was just using a dagger of electrocution, which is not terrible, but this is much better. Those were all pretty much zombies, so the vampire effect did not take place, but... So then there you go, you saw everybody paralyzed, and then everybody melts, and that's how you clear areas. So we're very good at clearing the Orcish mines, because it's filled with like just little smaller enemies which just evaporate. Against a single tough opponent, that's where we start to struggle. If we have Grand Finale ready to go, then it's fine, but if there's no other enemies around, it's just... yeah, you're gonna need to pop some potions to kind of help out. But there aren't too many situations where it's just one really tough guy. Usually they're in like the back of a room and we can just kind of work our way there. So we are on dungeon 9 right now. We're going to go down to dungeon probably 11, I'm thinking. And then we will go through Lair. And then we might do the Elven Halls down to level 2. And then... oh no, Orcish Mine and then Elven Halls. And then we'll probably do the first branch and hope it's a gentle one. Our offense is going to be very good. Our defense is going to be our biggest problem. We're going to want to find a better armor as quickly as possible, which isn't often the case. Our endgame armor is most likely going to be a set of golden dragon scales. Gold dragon scales, which is the... just kind of... it's gold or crystal, either way. I think gold. I think it's gold. It boosts all our resistances, and it's just got very solid defensive scores, and it's what we want. But we don't really reliably get one until Vault 5, which is not anytime soon. So we have an Oaklob plant next to the lair entrance. These are very dangerous enemies. They're completely stationary, and if you get close to them, they will shoot acid at you. And it hurts. It hurts a lot. Yeah. So, luckily, I think we can slip in there and probably wipe them out. So, try to work our way over here. Gotcha. So yeah, corrosive can be very dangerous because every time you get hit with corrosive and it applies, it does -4 to like -4 to your weapon and -4 to your armor and stuff like that. And it can be just having one isn't the worst thing in the world, but you can get up to minus, you know, whatever, -20 or something like that, and then you're done. So that's pretty good. We have the lair entrance ready to go. We cleared Orcish Mines on the previous level. We'll drop down to Dungeon 11, because usually things aren't too bad at this point. As long as we stick to corridors and avoid open areas, we really should be fine. We can generally survive any one given enemy at a time long enough to trigger solo and the pain bond or whatever it's called. And we have vampire, which is very nice, restores health. It's one of the one of the best brands, one of the best modifiers. All of our points go into strength because that helps us deal with heavy armor. And every 4 levels, we get a bonus point to either strength or dex randomly. So our dex will go up a little bit. Right now it's at 23, mostly because of the ring and the quick blade. So we're not short on dex. I'm feeling somewhat optimistic, I guess. We can't be cocky, of course. But I like our chances of getting a rune, at least. Confusion is very bad for us because every turn that we're not hitting an enemy means not only are we not building our piety, we're also potentially losing it. And our build depends on us hitting stuff every turn. That's why we need, you know, high skill, quick weapon that we can constantly hit a bunch of times without taking damage or, you know, being pushed away or being confused or whatever. We just need to lay on the hurt as quick as possible so they paralyze everything and then everything dies. Alright, Dungeon 11 was pretty easy. So now we will head to Layer 1, which of course is blocked. We have to cut down some plants. Okay. So the lair. The most dangerous thing in the lair, I would say, are the death yaks. They have quite a bit of health, and you can paralyze them and kill one pretty quickly, but they usually come in groups of like 6. And so you really need a corridor or something to help out with the death yaks or to stair dance a little bit. But corridors are in short supply in the lair, so it can be dangerous, but fortunately most of the enemies are pretty weak. Very important and nice to have in the lair is poison resistance, which we don't have. Let me just dump a bunch of this. Okay, get rid of the curse there, dump that. We will examine some of these potions. You know, if we get a potion of XP, that's very nice. Enchant armor. Okay. So we don't have any poison resist. Nothing. Which is a bummer. because poison can definitely cause severe problems for us, because we cannot, we can't use a potion to heal, and we have to spend a whole turn, which loses piety, just to get rid of part of poison, which, you might still be poisoned after you use one. And so I've died to poison a number of times. There we have Death Yaks. We do not have a real perfect corridor here. There we go. Pretty good. Yeah, you don't want to just spam the tab key like you do with a lot of enemies. You can still use the tab key, but just watch the situation carefully. So this build, our skills are spread pretty thin. Just to show you once again, we have fighting, short blades, armor, shields, invocations, and stealth. And I'm actually going to turn off stealth because we hit 10, which is sort of, I guess, the number where we stop caring. We're never going to actually sneak up on enemies. Stealth just kind of determines a little bit of our stabbing damage and stabbing potential. But 10 is usually a solid enough number that we don't need any more. I might turn it on back later, but we'll see. So invocations is our main thing with Uskaya. A lot of his stuff is based on invocations, like how long enemies are paralyzed and stuff like that. So that's we want to take that all the way to 27. Armor and shield, of course, to give us more armor and shielding. Short blades, we will stop once we hit minimum delay, which with a quick blade is 8. So we're actually well past that. I guess I could turn... I rarely get to use a quick blade. Fighting, of course, increases our health, so I might actually bump that up a tick. And we can start leveling dodging. Dodging is not our main source of avoiding damage, but it does not hurt. If we evade an attack, that's just no worries. Probably gonna have to eat something. So we got the swamp. We got the swamp as our first layer, which is the easiest branch, or as our first branch. It's the easiest branch to do. Not that says a whole lot, because of course we can still die pretty easily, but it's nice to have the easiest. And then we got the spider layer, which is maybe the second easiest. It's kind of hard to say. It's more poison, which is a bummer. If we find some poison resist, that would be very nice. So the layer is 6 levels deep, and you don't really get anything for getting to the bottom layer. We've already found 2 branches that we probably care about. But we're gonna go all the way through the layer just for XP and potential gear. Yeah, it's really, I mean, I've yet to win with this build. And I've yet to get a rune. Maybe I got one. But it is very satisfying to just watch a group of enemies just disintegrate. It is a very tab-friendly build. For a lot of things, you can just spam tab and you'll kill everything. Not that it doesn't require thought, because otherwise I would have already won. But there you have it. So I don't know if I'd rank it easier than Minotaur Berserker. I've already put in a fair number of attempts. Here's another one of them now. Okay. Yeah, ordinarily I always use a potion for another ghost. Usually Might or Berserker Rage or Haste. But I thought with Uskaya on my side, how can I go wrong? Which is funny because he also worshipped Uskaya, but I guess maybe as a ghost. He no longer has the privilege. So this leads to the volcano. I think I went in there once and I died almost immediately. But that was when I was young and foolish. I could go there now. But with negative fire resist, that would probably be a pretty shitty idea. So you probably notice we do tend to get kind of roughed up in every single fight, at least a little bit. That's because my AC is not very special, and my shield, I'm using a +2 buckler, and I think it's time that I switch. Goes up from 9 to 13, which can make the difference. Blocking is very good, especially in the spider nest. Yeah, the quick blade with vampire is very good because the faster the weapon, and the quick blade I think is the fastest weapon. The faster the weapon, the more attacks you get to do before the enemy attacks. And each time you attack, you have a chance of hitting, and each time you hit with the vampire weapon, you heal some damage. So it's a very nice source of healing that we ordinarily would not have. That combined with our natural regeneration equals good stuff. Poison resistance, nice. Now you'll notice I dump a lot of wands. Not that I'm against wands, but we'd have to invest some XP into evocations that I don't know if I'm really interested in doing. I actually don't have a helmet. The ticking of the clock, if you glanced at that, that's for the labyrinth. I've never entered it because I've always been terrified of entering a labyrinth. Apparently it's not that bad, but it's never like, oh yeah, you know, I want to risk this run on exploring the labyrinth for the first time. Once I get more comfortable, maybe I'll try it, but definitely not right now. So we have the slime pits, which are always here. I've never entered them. They're apparently really bad. There's a lot of acidic corrosion stuff. You need corrosive resistance in order to go through there. This is normally not part of a 3-rune win, so we will most likely be avoiding it. Next to it is usually an altar of Jiva, which is a sort of a later game god if you wanted to switch over to it. It's almost never seen earlier in the dungeon. Wow, we got a bunch of branches, side branches. We got the volcano, the labyrinth, and the ice caves, or whatever they're called. We could do the ice caves, although I have died there. I guess if I see them, maybe we'll do it. Oh, there it is. They're mostly filled with ice beasts, so are really not tough. So, alright, I guess I'll show you the ice caves. Oh, When I get back, I'll be greeted by a bunch of death yaks. That's exciting. So we have Ufetubus, 7 health. They just kind of disintegrate. Yeah. But here we have ice statues, which will spawn ice beasts. I think that's all they do. I don't know if they actually shoot. Oh, it does shoot bolts of cold. I don't know if they actually spawn ice beasts or they just always happen to appear. Whatever the case. There you go. So here we have some freezing vapor, which does some damage to us. Some ice devils. We got a pair of glowing boots, which is a +0 pair of boots of running. That'll be nice to get away from the death yaks. Those increase our movement speed. And we have a translucent hat, which is a +2 hat of Vakwifa, which is intelligence +4. Doesn't really matter to us, but it is a +2 hat, so it's marginally better than a helmet. You'll notice I used a potion of Berserker Rage to kill the Ice Devils earlier. Berserking increases your health and gives you a flat damage bonus to all your attacks, which with a light weapon is very nice because we do a lot of attacks and they all get a damage bonus. Jesus. That's a lot of frost. We'll put on a potion of resistance, I guess. That. Oh, it's a Reaper. Extremely dangerous. Probably have to pop a potion for that gentleman. There we go. As you can see, the paralyze effect is very handy. It will save your life many numbers of times. We have a quick blade of freezing over here. Freezing is pretty bad for a quick blade, so it's not anything special. Ring of positive energy. We already have one of those. And we have steaming ice dragon scales, which by themselves give you slightly lower than plate, but this is a special set. +2 makes you vulnerable to fire, greatly protects you from cold, and +5 dex. That's a lot of negative fire. I would be torched by almost anything. I'd have to equip this. Oh no, I dumped that ring. Why would I dump that ring? I dumped a ring of fire. That would have perfectly balanced things out. I don't know if I need that much dex. And really, it doesn't affect my AC at all. It gives us slightly more evasion, but I mean, not many things use fire unless you're looking for it, but I don't know, it seems foolish of me to do. Well, I guess I should equip it while I'm in the ice caves. That'll help. See, I'm resisting all that shit. So the armor is useful for that, but alrighty. Oh, there's a rhyme drake right there, so we have its uses. Okay. So yeah, the boots of running will be pretty handy for Just drawing out some stuff and getting away. Do not feel afraid to run. Running is good for you. This is my stealth kind of helping me out. They're not latching onto me immediately. But they are dead. You can see I got a lot of health. They're hard to hit. It's kind of annoying. So, like right now, this enemy is sleeping. I don't know if it says that, but it is sleeping. You can see the ZZZs. So that's my stealth into play. And with every step towards him, I'm going to make noise. And he has a chance of waking up. Nope. 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 Yeah. So, with a high stealth, you can sneak up to enemies and then just stab them and be done with it. But that will very rarely happen for us. If we had like a ring of stealth or something, it would probably happen quite a bit. But we're okay. We do not need stealth because we will force them to watch me dance. Okay. So we're on layer 6, which is the lowest level. So past these plants, we're likely to encounter the bad elephants. The big bad elephants. They have a scary sounding name, but I don't remember what it is. Here they are. Dire elephants. Looks extremely dangerous. Can trample for up to 40 damage and trunk slap. 112 HP, high AC. They are none too friendly, so we will berserk it up. There you go. Nothing really good there, but that's okay. We got another dire elephant. One I can probably handle. There you go. Put his ass to sleep. Another one. There we go, no problem, especially with the nice little vampire heals. And 4 regular elephants, no problem for one such as us. Okay, that is the layer cleared, no problem. Just do some clearing house. I'll never use that again. Alright, so we will continue with the orcish mines. Yes, if you press this little arrow over here, it lets you kind of basically fast travel, which is pretty handy. So the orcish mine is of course filled with orcs, as the name would imply. There are also trolls and ogres, but mostly orcs, as you'll see in about a second. There we go, there's some. So it has every type of orc in the game, including the very dangerous orc warlord, who is very visible. There's only 1 or maybe 2 of them if you're unlucky. And they can do quite a bit of damage. There's the orc warriors, the orc priests, orc mages or sorcerers, whatever they're called, orc demonologists, which orc high priest, which can send you to the abyss, I think. Probably one other armored type that I can't remember. There's the Orc Sorcerers. There's the Orc Knight. So there we go. We can kind of, we can sort of retreat, especially with the Boots of Running. Very nice. We can retreat, and then we can sort of let our piety fall off, and then we can re-trigger the solo to get them all paralyzed. And then they all just kind of slowly walk in and die, and it's all very fun. Makes you feel very powerful. There's the Orc High Priest. Here, to whose aid Beoch will even send beings from the netherworld, so he can summon demons. Doesn't seem like he can banish, but maybe I'm misremembering. But he can summon demons. But when you kill him, they all disappear, so it's not a big problem. And there we have the Orc Warlord. 112 HP, high AC, extremely dangerous, can hit for 32 damage plus. And he has a war cry, which will make everybody real pissed off at you. So let's throw on, I don't know, agility, but we probably won't need it. Maybe I'll need it. Might need it. Let us run, shall we? Not here, but somewhere. Okay, try a round 2. Like I said, running is not shameful. Whatever gets the job done, you should be happy about. I don't want to waste a potion, but if you die, you end up losing everything, so I guess we will become the tree we were meant to be. There we go, you're dead. You got killed by a tree. You got a flaming war axe, and you got killed by a tree. I don't know how it happens, but it happens. The problem with becoming a tree, which gives you higher AC, higher health, all that good stuff. Problem is, if an enemy has any form of ranged, even like having a spear, you can do nothing. So it's occasionally seen as a negative potion, but I've used it to success. So the Orcish Mines is only 2 levels deep. It's pretty short, even though there's a lot of enemies. And the main benefit of coming here is all the shops and gold. There's plenty of gold to pick up, and there's always guaranteed shops on the 2nd level. And occasionally they will have some goodies for us. We have an ancient robe, bloodstained buckler, growing chainmail. Nah. No weapons, but I would have to take a pretty good weapon to replace what we got. Scroll of enchant weapon, but we can't enchant it, but we'll buy the enchant armor. And books we don't care about. So not a great shop selection, but that's okay. We're here for the XP. Here's the entrance to the Elven Halls, but we're going to go down to Dungeon 15 first. But we have this other area to clear. Okay. Alright, that's that. So we can leave, and let's go down to Dungeon 11. And down to Dungeon 12. Going down to Dungeon 15, usually not too dangerous. The area around the vaults can be sometimes really bad, so we'll have to cross our fingers. We are definitely not out of any woods at this point. We're never going to be at the point, I think, where we're just too powerful to fail. We can die very easily at any moment. Like almost any character, I think. Once we hit Dungeon 15, of course, the dungeon stops, and you are allowed to go down into the depths. But we're going to save the depths for after we do the first 2 branches. It's funny, you'd think that auto explore is like a dangerous option because you're auto exploring, you're not taking any care for where you're moving, but funnily enough, it's the safer option because with auto explore, you automatically stop moving as soon as you see an enemy, whereas with normal movement, you do not do that. No problem. So our preferred amulet, aside from some, crazy artifact kind of stuff, our preferred amulet is a amulet of faith. An amulet of faith increases your piety gain, which for Uskauya means that we get solo time and stuff like that much quicker than we ordinarily would, which is a very good benefit. But I've been pretty unlucky with jewelry this time. I've only gotten like 1 necklace, and it was a cursed one. But so far, pretty good. We seem all right. My defense is really where I'm a little sad. There's the entrance to the vault, which is where we will get our 3rd rune after we do the first 2 branches, the spiders and the swamps. We go down to Dungeon 14. Here we have Snorg. If we can sneak up on Snorg, it's very nice. Nice. If not, Snorg can be very dangerous. I've had plenty of runs ended by Snorg. He's a troll, even though he looks like an ogre. And he'll mess your day up pretty good. Because he can berserk. That's why. And so once he goes berserk, he's very tough, and he's generally faster than you are. So he's very difficult to get away from, and he'll generally kill you in a few hits. So watch out for Snorg if you see him. A lot of the named characters, named enemies are pretty much pushovers. You can just kind of tab through them, but some of them you need some extra care. Always nice when you do get the sneak attacks, though. because there's usually like a big splatter of blood. I debated about if this is like, if this goes really well, I debated about going for like a 4 rune win or a 5 rune win. But then I was like, I'm not that good yet. I'd be very happy with 2 wins of any kind. So that's gonna be what we try for. You can see now the Paralyze lasts for quite a while because of our invocation skill. And as that gets higher and higher, it's going to be even more and more OP. So, good times ahead. Centaurs, for some reason, are really oblivious enemies. What happened to the Cyclops? Cyclops can be pretty dangerous. The large stones that they throw can do a lot of damage. I mean, there you go. Manticore, a dire elephant, a Hydra, just all just dissolves. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Whoa. They both hit me at the same time. As much as I hate to use a blink like that, you know, if you die, you never get to use it, so it is what it is. Scrolls of blink are definitely something you want to look out for in shops. Another potion of resistance. No, Mr. Cyclops, you're dead. Seems like Dungeon 15 is done. So here, right there, is the entrance to the depths, which are definitely harder. So we're going to go to the swamp. Level 1 of the swamp. The swamp, you probably want poison resistance. I just had my last run end because I died from poison damage. We have a ring of it, which is better than nothing, but it would be nice to have more. Toughest enemies in the swamp are swamp drakes, swamp dragons, or poison dragons, something like that. Hydras, etc., etc. Ghost crabs are really annoying. They summon a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Enchant armor. We should use that on our boots, because it's unlikely we'll replace them. So in the swamp, there's a lot of water, as you can tell. You don't want to be standing on water normally, unless you're merfolk or something like that. Water reduces your combat abilities or your armor or something like that. It's bad. Usually you want enemies to be standing in water, but I think for a lot of these enemies it doesn't matter. 75% of the game, I would say, is just kind of assessing each threat as it comes to you and deciding the best course of action every turn. Figuring out which enemies are dangerous, which enemies are not so dangerous, how specifically to deal with each given enemy for your build and your resources. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. The reason why I teleported was because there was a 3 stacked slime. Slimes are those little green enemies, and when they're next to each other, they have a 50% chance per turn of melding together. And normally, one little slime is a very easy enemy. You'd never be worried about it. 2 slimes together, I might try and just gun them down if I'm confident or if I'm about to trigger solo mode or something. 3 slimes, though, that's just... You just run. Because whenever you move... if you're in an open area, if they have space, whenever you move, they have a chance of splitting apart again. They can stack up to, I think, 6 times. And trying to kill a 6-stack slime... I've never even seen it, but... I imagine it's pretty difficult. So yeah, with this build, figuring out when your solo mode is going to trigger and when everything is going to get paralyzed and... attacking the right enemies, it might there we go. It might behoove you to attack a sort of a lesser enemy in order to make sure you hit them and do damage to bring up your piety so you can trigger solo mode, and then you can stab the big enemy. Sometimes you might have to do that. Sometimes you just tab through everything. Nicola is dangerous. He can do a lot of damage. Or he can die. Either way. He can do a lot of damage because he has a lightning thing that can sort of bounce off walls and hit you multiple times. But we got him. Let's see, dump the... Well, I have a new potion. What could it be? Potion the mutation, that's fun. So I'm playing on version 0.20, which is the sort of beta build right now, although it comes out officially in like 5 days from when I'm recording this. It'll be out when you see this. So potions of mutation are now merged. There's no longer beneficial mutations and mutation potions. It's all one potion. Every time you drink one, it removes some of your mutations and it gives you new ones. And one of them is guaranteed to be good. So this one, I got one bad one. Your connection to magic feels subdued. And one good one, I feel clever. Clever, I think, boosts my intelligence. So that's pretty shit. So we'll drink another one. Your magic regains its normal vibrancy, and you feel stupid, so it reversed, the mutations I had. I feel a strange attunement to the structure of the dungeon, and I feel agile. Agile boosts my dex, which is now scary high. And strange attunement gives me... it reveals, like, scattered tiles across the place. I've never really seen the point of it, but okay. If I see another Potion of Mutation, I'm going to drink it. Because I don't care about this attunement thing, and I don't need the dex, so... anything that could boost my AC or something like that would be better. Here we have a Swamp Dragon. Looks dangerous. Resistant poison, can fly. Giant, bite up to 20 damage. Claw and trample, so it's got a couple auxiliary attacks. Shoots a poisonous cloud, so more poison. And 67 HP. So it is going to shoot a poison cloud at me. And we'd like to draw him away from the slimes if possible. There we go. There we go. So you see how long the paralyzed last. You can actually move up and kill something. Whereas normally it would just go away instantly. Alright, so that is Swamp 2 done. These branches, both of these branches we're going to do are 4 levels deep. And on the 4th level is the rune. And a shit ton of enemies. We're up to 25 AC, which is good. I think it's something that some people might not realize when they first start playing the game. But your AC does go up with heavy armor from when you first put it on. It goes up based on your armor skill and your strength. And so as you continue to level up and keep going, you're going to get higher and higher AC. But you do, of course, want heavier, better armor, because then you'll get a bigger amount. So we're actually doing pretty well with the whole stealth aspect. I'm surprised we're getting that many enemies off guard. But I've gotten here a number of times and then died right next to the rune because of cockiness, so I'll try not to be too cocky. As we enter Swamp 4, and I've been recording for over an hour. Damn. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to want to wait out our poison at this point. That could be dangerous. Luckily, we seem to just got the hydras. Just one hydra. Now let's get the poison dragon in there. I'll stand in the water for one poison dragon. That doesn't bother me. Swamp dragon. This is where we want a full-on retreat. Since they can cross over deep water and I can't, they would have had the advantage. Okay. Yeah, just a couple at a time here. We'll have no problems. We'll even bring in... Nope, he decided he didn't want to fight. Lindworm, for some reason, shooting fire at me, which is not really what you expect down here. But I can handle the threats. Just going to do some basic stair dancing and clear them all out. Our biggest concern is the Lernaean Hydra, or whatever it's called. The big Hydra with 27 heads. That will kill us. And we will die. He will be directly next to the rune if he is here. He's been in here in like my last 2 attempts, so I'm kind of hoping he's not. Stair dancing is just a basic facet of life. Do not feel bad. Wait out the poison. Bring the Hydra up for a party. No, I want you to go... Wait a minute. What? What happened to the stairs? Oh, he's on the freaking stairs. I got pushed off the stairs, but I didn't notice. Okay, that's fine. Because they are all dead. No, stop with the fire. We're not doing fire stuff here. This is the swamp. You wouldn't light a match in a swamp. It's dangerous. Seems my 1 poison resist is working out in my favor, which is very nice. We're avoiding contracting poison a lot of times, and when we get it, it's not too bad. Ghost crabs suck ass. They suck ass, I say. Why are the trees pissed off? God, all the trees were pissed off. That was scary. Alright, are you gonna fight me or... I got shit to do, man. There's the swamp rune. We have no scary Hydra. And there we get our first rune. And we can press this key. Decaying Rune of Zot. And that's how many runes are in the game. A lot of them are in Hell. And Pandemonium and stuff like that. The Tomb. So we're just going to be getting these first 3. In the Spider Nest and then the Vaults. If we get sent to the Abyss, maybe. If we get sent to the Abyss at this point, we're probably powerful enough to take care of ourselves on the first level. It wouldn't be ideal, but could be an option. Yeah, as we just pull everything in the level. We're making so much noise. We're bringing the noise. We'll just, Hydra zombies. More like dead zombies. Necromancer. Also dead. Should have been paying attention to your front door, man. I believe that's my first rune on a video, so that's pretty exciting, right? Alright, so that is Swamp done. So now we move on to the Spider Nest, which is going to be a little bit harder. Maybe. I mean, maybe it'll be just as easy. Ooh boy, nice open start. be doing some stair jumping with the entrance, I guess. So both the swamp and the spider nest are kind of shitty for food. We can't eat most of the things we kill, but we have so much food stockpiled at this point, it's not a big deal at all. So there's two major dangers. Major dangers. I don't. Yeah, major dangers. There's two major dangers in the swamp, the spider nest. One of them is orb spiders, which we should see one pretty soon. Right there, it's orb spider. It has the Orb of Destruction ability, which what that means, it can shoot a purple orb at you. That one didn't get to do it because he was sleeping. It can shoot a purple orb at you that, like, follows you. You can't really outmaneuver it most of the time. And it can do a devastating amount of damage if it hits. Fortunately, we have a decent shield and we can actually block a lot of them. But that one we put to sleep as well. If you do not have a shield, they can be particularly deadly. And we probably won't block everyone that hits us, so... But we should have enough health that it won't obliterate us, but in the midst of a fight, it can be cause for concern. This is where you just fuck off back to the entrance. Again, a lot of these enemies poison, so we'll have to watch out for that. So that was the Orb of Destruction, and it hit us for like 15 damage. Not too bad. That was a pretty light one. Another pair of glowing... What, is it going to be better? Boots of Stealth. Ooh. Yeah, that might be pretty good. That might be pretty good. If we could sneak up on a lot more stuff, maybe. I like the Boots of Running, but we'll give these a try. Not really sneaking up to shit. And we don't have the Boots of Running to catch up to him. Alright, that's level 1. It's a very open area, so hopefully we can get a little bit more constrained. Sneak up on that guy. Basic rule of thumb for dungeon crawl, no matter what character you're playing, is do not venture forward into combat. You want to lead everything back to where you know is safe. Because pulling more than you want is a death sentence. Just like in any sort of MMO. You just want to pull small groups and take them down. There's entropy weavers in here hanging out with the spiders, and they can do corrosive, so to watch out for that. There are a couple of special named enemies in the spider nest that can be pretty nasty. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of the spider nest, as you might imagine. If I said I was a fan of the spider nest, you guys would have to... I don't know what you'd have to do. Intervention or something. So of course there's webbing, which can hold you, prevent you from moving. Normally it can be avoided. We're doing pretty well. Eat some of our yummy bread. This is the farthest that I've gotten a Vine Stalker fighter of Uskaya. I'm almost certain. So that's exciting. We're entering into bold new territory. Somewhat. It's not my first time at the rodeo. Ah. Moth of Wrath. Dangerous character, or dangerous enemy, potentially. They can cause every enemy in their line of sight to go berserk. Which, I don't have to tell you, is a bad thing. You gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them. I knew I should have just started making for the stairs. It's not a bad idea. Now we can start just wiping out them piecemeal. Okay. This one's gonna be... Emperor Scorpions are pretty tough enemies. A lot of health, a lot of armor. But we got them. Hornets can, I think, paralyze you, which sucks. And pretty sure they have poison as well. But I think we're doing okay for Spider Nest 3. But the best is yet to come. I don't know if I would ever eat an apple off the ground in the spider nest. That just seems like a bad idea. But it's a dungeon crawl. You gotta do some dirty deeds. I would guess we're not gonna get better armor until we get our golden dragon scales. Ideally, we'd like to grab a large shield. In fact, we can search for a large shield. Alright, let me just check shield. There's a buckler, rune shield, +2 buckler, buckler shield. And yeah, we have no large shield. I could buy the rune shield. That might be better. Here we have Mara. She looks extremely dangerous. She is a demon, lord of illusions, mighty among dreamers. So she will create illusions of demons. She has a demon whip of venom. She is definitely a potion target. Dead. Now, it's possible I didn't need the potion, but better safe than sorry is usually the lesson you want to live. Okay. That's Spider Nest 3. Yeah, the orb spiders are well inclined to retreating backwards. So gotta be on the lookout for that. Catch them in a paralysis and kick their ass. Now, if you're watching this and you're playing Dungeon Crawl, you might be inclined to go for Vine Stalker, Fighter, Ruskawa, and try and get a win, because they seem pretty powerful, and they are. But I still think if you haven't won yet, to go for Minotaur Berserker. I think that's just a real good setup for just learning the game. Because you just have a lot of armor, you have a lot of health, you can survive a lot more situations than you normally could. And that's really solid for just learning enemies. You can see which enemies hurt you harder, which enemies kill you, you know, which enemies are a little bit easier. Playing as this, you're a lot squishier early on, and it might not be as good as of a learning tool. Damn tarantula is confusing me, and stupid orb spider. Oh, he zigzagged me. What an asshole. We got an Entropy Weaver, got a Moth of Wrath, we got a retreating situation is what I would say. There we go. See, that already dealt with a lot of problems right there, so. Retreating is good, even if you are a Minotaur Berserker. Corridors are your friend. This is the rune room, by the way. If it was not already obvious. Ooh, Arachne. She can be tricky. That's probably a potion situation. We just want to lure her out a little bit. And of course, Entropy Weavers, yep. They can do ranged corrosive, which is just shitty. Can probably take them though. Oh, we're at minus 16. Get stomped on. Yeah, didn't do much. Minus 16, do it. Do it. Yeah. I had like a dissolved butter knife in my hand, but I got him. So Arachne, 204 HP, extremely dangerous. Hit up for 30 damage, Staff of Poison. We want to get her into a corridor. Give her a couple whacks, see what happens. Okay, poison is bad, but she's dead because Uskaya is badass. Should be pretty clear sailing for the rest of this room. Which is a cocky thing to say, of course. But Uskaya always comes through for us. Never fails. Gonna shoot orbs at me? At me? I'm gonna stab this scorpion that's sleeping in the corner. He didn't even do anything wrong, but I stabbed him anyways. That's the kind of man I am. That's the kind of vine stalker I am. I'm literally a plant, slaughtering you and your whole population. Forcing you to watch me dance. Oh man. Humiliation. Sorry, Mr. Entropy Weaver. Did not get to dissolve me. And we have our second rune. See, it happens quick, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Snowballs. Well, we're still a ways away from victory. We are an hour and 24 minutes into the video. I'm glad I started the run partway in, otherwise it'd be even longer. Just kind of clearing all the trash because a little extra XP never killed anybody. Maybe it did, I don't know. See, you can come across a situation like that, and it's like, oh, I can just tab until everything's dead. And that's a nice feeling. I think we're pretty much done here, though. We can get rid of spiders. Yep. Alrighty. So now we have the choice of doing the Elven Halls for a little bit. The vaults, or check out the depths for like a level or two. I feel most comfortable with Elven Halls. We might even be able to do Elven Halls 3 if we wanted to. That's a shitty start, though. Just got to do some basic stair dancing and take care of the problem. Okay, that got a little scary. I'll admit. Let's dump. Oh, yeah, I should switch back to the plate armor. There's probably definitely fire effects going on here, so we can probably safely dump that for now. We have some scroll, brand weapon, and summoning. Brand weapon is pretty useless for us. Summoning might be good. Usually I don't tend to use it though because I revere it so much. We're unlikely to replace my weapon. Quick blades are the best short blades. Because mostly what we care about is attacking quickly. And Vampire is a very good brand. +8 is a good number. We got the magic resistance. +3, which is going to be very helpful for Elven Halls. Cannot complain too much about this weapon. There are enemies in here that can banish us to the abyss. I know that for a fact this time. I'm not guessing. This guy right here, the Deep Elf High Priest, knows... I don't care what it says. He knows banishment, I swear to God. It's happened to me. Did we... Hold on, let me look. Wow. We really have yet to come across another potion of mutation. Color me surprised. It's kind of a shitty level 1 Elven Halls. It's very open. Okay, so we have... Dex +9, resistance to poison, and see invisible on a ring. That's about as best as I'm gonna find. So that can replace our poison resist. Yeah. Yes. The contam thing is causes magical contamination when unequipped, but that's not a big problem at all. And Slimy Wooden Ring is, makes you vulnerable to fire. Of course, this game wants me to die to fire. Electricity resist, poison resist, magic resist, and lets you blink. If it wasn't for the fire vulnerability that I already had, I think I would absolutely scoop that up. But as it stands, I cannot be that vulnerable to fire because it will kill me. But I have See Invisible now, which is a pretty handy thing to have. We have the Amulet Cassettes, which is Reflect, Resistance Fire Plus, and Shield Plus 5. That is as good as I'm going to get. We will buy that. That replaces our no amulet at all that we had. So Reflect lets you reflect shields and renew and reflects attacks. I thought usually Reflect is just projectiles, but maybe that's just all around good. We nullify our fire vulnerability, and plus 5 to shielding is very, very nice. That's a good amulet. I like that a lot. I think I'd just keep that over an Amulet of Faith if I found one. Nice, 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 nice. Love that slaughtering. Oh, it's the sorcerers that banish. Alright, I take back what I said. Sorcerers can banish you. I knew somebody could here. There you go, get dead. Polished ringmail, twisted ringmail, crude chainmail, brightly glowing plate armor. I could buy the brightly glowing plate armor. I mean, it could be absolutely insane. By absolutely insane, I mean plus 4 and intelligence plus 2. Not insane, but better than what I have, so beggars can't be choosers. We'll replace it soon enough. Okay, that's Elven Halls 1. We will descend to 2. 2 has a special room every time. Called the Blade Hall or something like that. The Blade Room. I don't know what it's exactly called. But it's a room filled with animated weapons, which you may have already seen here and there. When I see the next one, I will point it out. I'm sure you can already guess what that means. Scroll of vulnerability. Here. So it's a halberd of protection, blah, blah, blah. It's been enchanted to dance through the air and attack under its own power. It's dangerous. Yeah, they're usually pretty dangerous. But that one was sleeping for some reason. I don't know why you'd... Why would you program your magically animated weapons to sleep? Maybe it was just unaware of me and, you know, they just say that's sleeping. Either way, easy peasy lemon squeezy around here. There's no rune in the Elven Halls. The only reason we're doing this is for experience. And we got a potion mutation, and we got that amulet and the ring, so it was worth the trip. Let us drink our potion. Okay, we got resistance to hostile enchantments and a pair of antennae grow on our heads. We have a lot of white stuff, by the way. So, magic resistance is, of course, nice. We have maxed out magic resistance. Can't go wrong with that. Our other resistances are pretty shit right now, but still. Antenna, I don't remember exactly what they do. I don't think they're incredible. This is the Blade Hall, or whatever it's called. There's a name for it in the community. Generally you want to go a little slower in here. You don't want to be swarmed by magical halberds or something. And there's usually a blade master in here who can be a tough cookie. Okay. And so when the animated weapons die, they of course revert to just being a magical weapon. So it's a good place to find a lot of weapons. Unfortunately, quick blades are very rare in here. The blade master that's usually around does drop 2 quick blades, but they are just basic. Jesus, that one was rough. They're just basic quick blades with no enchantment. These things, Zot traps, you may have not have encountered these if you didn't get far enough in the game. They're the worst kinds of traps in the game. You can be thrown in the abyss. They can do like 200 damage or something like that. Like you just never want to step on one of those. Ah, I see. Shot fire at me. Not so effective anymore. Double Sword of Distortion is... that's bad news. Good. Got the solo mode. That could do a bunch of damage, and that could potentially send me to the Abyss. I could probably handle the Abyss at this point, maybe, but I really don't want to, so... Alright, that's Elven Halls 2. We could go to 3... I mean, I think if we can do vaults, we could do 3, but they usually tell you to not go to 3. It's dangerous. Yeah, screw it. I know the vaults. I trust the vaults. Let's do the vaults. Especially because Vault 5 is like the holy grail for this build. Because all the enemies are just surrounding you immediately. And you get to stun them all. And I can't wait. Alright, so vaults have quite a big variety of enemies. It's a fairly dangerous area because some of the enemies can be very tricky. And some of the enemies, well, there's two really annoying ones. The Vault Sentinels, I think, put a mark on you. I reflected one of his stones. And Mark is an ability, or it's a condition, that basically draws every enemy in the level towards you. Which, of course, is not something you almost ever want. Oh, antenna let me see through walls. I get to see if there's enemies on the other sides of walls. I have the lowest form of antenna, so it's not really useful, but... That was Death Knight, by the way. In case you were curious. That was not a golden dragon, that was an acid dragon. And now everything's dead. Oh man, that's really reflecting stuff. That's pretty sweet. Good amulet I found. Right. The Vault Wardens, veteran commanders, they get to seal they get to seal all the doors in the vicinity, as well as the stairs, preventing you from really going anywhere. Most importantly, preventing stair dancing. So they're fairly priority targets, I would say. Here we have Bogarts. Those are really bad because they summon a lot of shadow creatures. And those are dangerous. And pretty much if the Bogart is sort of in the back of that Entropy Weaver is fucking my shit up. No, that goes down. Fuck. Alright. We will have to trust in the... There we go. Alright, well, we skipped a level. That's not advisable. What I think I was going to say is if the Bogart is in the back of a group of enemies, he can just constantly summon new shadow creatures, and you'll never be able to really get to him through all the shit. So, he's really a priority target. Here we have some more shops. I may regret spending some money on my armor, but it has saved my life so far. I can't be that upset. The +6 Majin Buu. Majin Bo. What the hell kind of... oh yeah, it's a bow staff. That's what I thought, yeah. It's a pretty good staff. But nothing we need. +5 Shield of Patience with more magic resist. That might be my best bet. I don't know, I'd like to find a large shield, but I might not be so fortunate. I'm gonna go back and buy it. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. He put it on the ground for me. What a nice guy. Enchant armor to my cloak, I guess. I can't imagine why I haven't replaced that. Don't need that. We don't need degeneration, magic, brilliance, ambrosia, heal wounds. Give me my shield. We have a 26 shield now. It's pretty sweet. Oh, poor Ice Dragon got gored. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. Good stuff. Food I do not need to purchase. I'm above such things. Oh, the ogre room. Oh boy, they're all dead. Oh, look at that. Everything's dead. Oh no, I'm corrosive. Oh no. Oh, an ice dragon. Oh no. He's dead. Oh boy, everything's dying. I just keep pressing the tab button. There, everything's dead. Pretty good. No complaints here. Must not get cocky. Must not get cocky. Flayed ghosts are dangerous. So they can do the flay ability, which cuts your health in half. And the only way, like, permanently. Well, technically. You cannot restore above half that health until you kill the flayed ghost. So those are usually pretty priority targets. They don't always use it as soon as they see you, but they often do. And for our guy, you know, half health is kind of an issue. It's not something I would enjoy having happen. Okay, that's level 2. Let's bounce back up to level 1 real quick. Just so we can do a full clean sweep. Kill some deep trolls, because nothing stops us. Must not get cocky. Hey, Bogart, you're dead. Hey, everybody. You're all dead. But I'm not cocky. That's all. It just, he throws this huge stone at me. It just bounces off my chest and smashes him in the face, nearly killing him. It's beautiful. That's how you deal with Cyclops. Yeah, you guys, you ogres might need a new game plan. I don't know. Not working out too well. Gotta remember to take a drink sometime. Jesus. When you get on a run like this, nothing else matters. Oh gosh, it's beautiful. So beautiful. How can you get enough of that? I mean, I would say this build is absolutely more entertaining than a Minotaur Berserker, but still, I still recommend the Minotaur for your first time. You know, once you beat the game once, then you can try all sorts of cool stuff. That's what I did. But it's your experience. You can do whatever the hell you want. Don't listen to me. But I'm just saying, if you do try this and you're really struggling and you can't get this far, perhaps go back to the Minotaur. I mean, we're being aided, certainly, by our very good weapon. No doubt. Because I think it's the best weapon I've had on this kind of build. And this is the farthest I've gotten, so maybe there's a correlation. Kill that demonologist. Good, 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 good. Get rid of the poison. Good, good. By Susan. By Susan. Madame White Snake. Extremely dangerous. She is a draconian. Immune to electricity, blah, blah, blah. Hit up to 24 damage. Tail slap. She can summon hydras. Surprisingly, I don't have that many potions. So let's just see. Step by step. Paralyze is now. 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 There we go. I don't think she hit me. extremely dangerous my ass. There's the entrance to the crypt, which I have never entered, and we are not entering today. So forget about it. Supposedly pretty dangerous. We got some good music going on, though. I have no idea if you can really hear it, but I can hear it. Maybe the music is making the difference. Allows me to focus. Concentrate. To not get cocky. Pitted steam dragon scales and an ichor-stained hat. I think our hat sucks. Yes. We can't go wrong with this. Yeah. See? Poison resist. That's better. We lose a couple AC, but we can get that back. Okay, he didn't put mark on us. It's very good. Kill a couple of this things. Kill all that stuff. They're just snoozing about. They don't know what they're doing. Slaughter all this stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Fire Dragon. Jory. Bloodstained Count. Okay, so he's got some spells. We have extreme magic resist, so that's fine. 180 HP. He does look pretty dangerous. I think we will potion it up here. We'll use some of this. And we'll slaughter everything. My god, that is the most blood I've ever seen. Holy shit. That's badass. That's badass. You guys can't kill me. Stop trying. I'm not cocky. I think Zot will decide my fate. Since I'm, other than magic resist, I'm lacking in a lot of areas. Oh, here we have an Etten, which is a two-headed giant with two dire flails. So they can both do up to 45 damage. Unfortunately, he seems to be sleeping. Oh, no! You guys sleeping on the job, it seems. Alright, that is Vaults 3. Let's do Vault 4, shall we? Step out of the limelight there. There we go, there we go. Slaughter everything, sure. I'd say our biggest problem is we have no mutation resistance, and we have no potions and mutations stacked up. Because what happens in Zot 5 is there's these enemies called Orb of Fire, and for some reason they cause you to have mutations. I feel like you could have just had some other enemy. I think you could have come up with some sort of other enemy that just is like a chaos god demon or something. And he gives you mutations. Like, why does an Orb of Fire give you mutations? I don't know. But he gives you random bad mutations. And so, they give you a lot of them. Like, plenty. And so if you don't have mutation resistance and you have no way of curing your mutations, it can get real bad real quick. So that's going to be a problem. Where I think like other people that are better at this game might do other things to try and alleviate that problem. Like they may go to other branches to try and find resistances or potions. But I suck, and we're trying to do this in one video, which is almost 2 hours long now. So we're just going to go for it once we get there. If we get there. Let me correct myself. Wearing out my tab key. We're at level 22 now, which is pretty solid. The max level, of course, is 27. And the max number for all your skills, which let me look at my skills. I guess that's probably fine. I guess we'll just keep going. I mean, maybe I want more points in short blade, but I don't know. I'm liking leveling up fighting because I like having a lot of health. I think health is keeping me alive quite a bit, especially since I can heal it. Another flayed ghost that didn't use flay because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. More weird goat creatures or whatever that don't know what they're doing. Same old, same old. Those are the easiest vaults I've done so far. Which is good. I'm worried about Vault 5 though, because other people that have done this build have said that they just tabbed through Vault 5 and they killed everything right at the start. And that's of course what I want to try to do, but it seems like such a stupid idea. But man, imagine the awesomeness that will occur. I will of course use some potions before I go down. The nice thing about Vault 5 is you know exactly what's going to happen as soon as you step down, and you'll get to see that. So let's use Haste and Might. Oh gosh. That is the freaking dungeon crawl holy grail. Oh my god, do you know how many stair dances I had to do with my Minotaur? Do you know how many stair dances? An insane amount. There's more enemies, of course, but still. Nuts. Nuts. That's just nuts. Oh, see, the whole thing has been worth it just for that. Easy now, easy now. Don't go too fast. Oof. I know, that's what I was waiting for the piety to drop off. But I just kept on hitting shit. Okay, that was a little tricky. If you do Vault 5 normally, meaning you do stair dancing at the start there, the enemies are slowly going to trickle towards you, and that's why you stair dance for so long. Just those start Vault Warriors are not a huge problem. It's all the other stuff that comes with them. So, Vault 5 is that opening area, and then it has 4 square areas in the corners. So we cleared out one. The ruin is in one of these squares. Hopefully one with less dragons, although there does need to be a golden dragon around here. Oh, I got an ad on YouTube. That's no good. Because yes, I turn off ad block for YouTube, and so should you. It's the right thing to do.
Stelara may lower your ability to fight infections and may increase your risk of infections and cancer. Some serious infections require hospitalization. Before treatment, get tested for tuberculosis. Before starting Stelara, tell your doctor if you think you have an infection or have symptoms such as fever, sweat.
Oh, he finally flayed me. Look at that.
Always tell your doctor if you have any signs of infection, have had cancer, if you develop any new skin growths, or if anyone in your house needs.
I've got some massive drain going on, which sucks ass. Drain reduces all your skills. Fortunately, my skills are high enough that it's not a big problem, but yeah, you don't want drain. Drain goes away with when you earn XP. Does not go away with time, unlike most things. But it went away because there's a lot of XP to be had here. We're getting a lot of paralyzations, getting a lot of kills. Still no golden dragon, though. You will know when you see him. Plenty of freaking shadow dragons or whatever. What item was he trying to pick up? I feel like if I checked the log more, I may have seen us avoid a banishment to the abyss because of our magic resist. What's a potion of brilliance? Screw that. Let me just do some ice. Dex +4. That's garbage. Plus in. Negative plus, that's, both of those are garbage. It's all garbage. Lets you turn invisible, which is ordinarily not bad for a stabber, because then we can get some good stabs. But no, we have almost everything we need. Okay, hold on. Let me get some more music. Okay. This could be bad. I do not like that guy throwing rocks at me, but could reflect them. Okay, pretty good. Ow, that hurt. I do not ordinarily bleed so much. And we head to the final square, which contains our rune. And a load of shit that is getting slaughtered wholesale. Where the hell is my golden dragon? Yeah, there's the rune, by the way. Pick it up. Just in case we die, get a high score. Hopefully not. Brand weapon, remove curse, blinking. I'll buy it, even though in Zot 5, all blinks are random, and that's annoying. We have enough teleports. We have 20 teleport scrolls. If there's no golden dragon, I'm upset. I thought golden dragons were guaranteed, but if not, that's bad. We're gonna have to hope the depths supply for us. Die, moth. Ooh, is that a cool helmet? Oh, I can't use helmets because of my freaking antenna, but we'll pick it up anyways. Apparently nothing golden. Shit. No scales anywhere that I want. I mean, fire dragon aren't bad, and I could go buy the pitted steam dragon scales if I have enough money. Maybe the storm might be better than the fire. I think steam sucks. Even if it was an artifact, it probably still sucks. Storm might be better than what we got. It gives plus 16 AC. Ours is also 16, but we can actually upgrade the storm. Enchant armor. There's none in any shop. I bought everything out. There it is. Oh, I'm carrying one. There's one. That's weapon. Sure enough. There's only one and I'm carrying it. Alright, well, it'll have to do. We'll start working on it. And just to be absolutely sure, no mutation stuff. Nope. Shit. Okay, so we have 3 runes now. 1, 2, 3. Which means that we can now go into the realm of Zot. But to get there, we have to go through the depths. So we will go to the depths 1. Okay, good job, man. Alright, so the depths 1 are not going to be worse than Vault 5. So there's not too much to worry about. As we go a little deeper into the depths, things could get a little trickier, but I think we'll probably be fine. If you clear Vaults 5, usually depths are not a problem. Quicksilver Dragon, that's cool. Izul. He's only dangerous. He's not even extremely dangerous. And he's snoozing. Oh, not anymore. But now he's dead. Holy shit, that is a cluster of stuff. Oh my gosh, and now it's not a cluster of stuff. So you might wonder, like, wow, it seems OP. Like, are they gonna nerf it? I feel like this is only very recently caught on in popularity. I feel like I saw the first post on the subreddit that started talking about it. And then after that, there were a bunch of posts like, oh, I gotta win with this, and it's great. It's so powerful. So maybe now it's kind of catching on, and people, they'll tweak it or something. But from their most recent developer post, it sounded like they were gonna buff Uskawia. So I don't know. I mean, maybe without the sort of stabbiness, Uskawia is not very good. But this shit makes it awesome. So throughout the depths, there's a bunch of different portals. Asterion. Well, he's only dangerous. 35, and he can gore. He's a Minotaur. Yeah, he's a Minotaur King. That's cool. Minotaur King. Who is dead. But he's got a vampiric demon blade. That's cool. Oh, I'm on fire. Okay, good. So this is a treasure trove. Treasure troves are... Well, let me be clear. I've never been in one. Ever. They have a random requirement that you need to present. Or you need to give it to in order for it to open. So this is 2 scrolls of acquirement. If I had 2 scrolls... If I had 1 scroll, I would have already used it to try to get its sweet armor. So, no, I don't think I have that. No, and I have not found any. Well, I found 1 scroll of acquirement very early in the game, and it gave me this weapon, so I was happy to use it. They're pretty damn rare. This music might be a little loud. Oh yeah, it bumped up the volume. Bumped up the volume. Alright, that's depths 1. Like I was saying, throughout the depths there's going to be a bunch of portals to different branches. So here is one of them right now, the Gateway to Hell. Sounds pretty fun. Few would go there voluntarily, that's right. And we are not. We have a goal and we're going to stick to it. There's another Gateway to Hell, because they really want you to go there. There will come a time when I check out all these other branches of the game, but I just want a second win on camera. That would be great. Since I can't really prove that I did it the first time. I mean, I can show you my high score, but here we have one of my Minotaur Berserkers, 183 HP, crazy AC, and he's about to get paralyzed. Dead. Sorry, Minotaur Berserker. You are not the chosen one. Tab, 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 tab. Press that button. Tab, 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 dead. That's that. It's a golden dragon zombie. Be nice if it was a regular golden dragon. The nice thing about golden dragon scales is that they have really good AC, but they also boost your resistances to fire, cold, and poison. Or is it fire, cold, and magic? One of the two. So that's just really just nice bonus. They're generally the most preferred armor in the game, unless you get, you know, a good artifact. It's kind of busy work now to just clear everything out. We want the most XP that we can get before we take on Zot. Even though it looks like it might be easy. And with my Minotaur, it really wasn't that crazy. It's a lot of shit to kill, man. Your arm's got to get a little tired after all that. Stabbing that quick blade into things over and over. Well, needless to say, I did not think this video would be this long. But the nice thing about Dungeon Crawl is that, as a viewer, you know, this video could be 3 hours and 10 minutes, and you might think, oh, he makes it. But no, I could die 5 steps from the exit, and, you know, that's how the game works. So, do not assume anything based on the length of the video. Although it is my bedtime. But that is not important. What is important is Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. That's the ziggurat. At this point, I'm not really even looking at enemies. I know what most of them are, but not all of them. If something looks really bad, then I'll take a look. Look at this slaughterhouse, man. It's just insane. How can you go wrong? The first level of the Abyss, if I were to get sent there, is... I'm almost certain it's not as bad as this. So... it definitely would be doable. But it would just take more time. And since it's already really late, it's 3:45 when I'm recording this. We just want to get the win. So we have to go through 5 levels of the depths, so 2 more after this. And then we have to do 5 levels of Zot, get the orb, and then sprint out. Golden Dragon. What do you know? Potion of Agility really doesn't help me. I thought my Piety would drop off more than that. I'll go ahead and teleport. There we go. Why must you shoot at me? You're only gonna kill yourself. What the fuck was that? Oh, a Caustic Shriek. I've heard these are dangerous. They can do a lot of acid, corrosive stuff real quick if they hit you, but we have enough AC, it's not a problem. And our shield is great. Imagine what we could do with the large shield. Get out of here, turtle. Step by step, no rush. Just get some health back and do it all good. There we go. There we go. Quit your corrosive nonsense. +3 crown of Dyro Preva. Lets you see invisible in +2 electricity. Resist. What do I have? Oh yeah, I have that real shitty hat. Well, that'll be better. If only for the AC bonus. It's still rather... Let me just see what this helmet is. It might be garbage. Oh, it's +1 and Dex +4. So it's 2 AC. This is 3 AC. This has maybe the better effect. I'd probably switch given the chance. But we have antenna. So now the only thing I really care about here is killing the golden dragon. So we can get his scales. Because I would switch. We need the resists. Rakshasa. Golden dragon. He's golden dragon. I think he died. It wasn't even a golden dragon, or he just didn't drop his scale. I thought they always dropped their scales. Maybe it was just an illusion. In which case, fuck you. Teasing me. Let me just check. No, no golden. No golden. Okay, move on to Depths 4. Throwing stones at me, it's never worked. Learn from your predecessors. Fell through a shaft straight into Depths 5. Well, let's hope we find a stair. I mean, it's not like I can't handle Depths 5, but I like to do things in order, damn it. Even though there's a +0 gold dragon scales. So this gives you 17 AC. This gives us 20 AC with an encumbrance rating of 23. This is 15, so it's way heavier. Is better armor, though. And gives us resistance to poison, fire, and cold. So we will equip it. And we will use our enchant armor on it. Because that is our final armor unless we find a crazy artifact that I deem superior. Chances are slim, though. There shouldn't be that much of the game left. Stormcaller. Stormcaller. More like Dead Caller. Hurts, man. That hurts. Funny, I've not found any stairs yet. That, of course, leads to the realm of Zot, which is where we're headed. But we must do things in order. I don't care how close we are. Things have to be done properly. You will all die, trolls. I'm pretty sure there are stairs leading up to the 4th floor. It would be odd if there wasn't. What is this thing? A juggernaut. That's cool. Yeah, it's a cool guy. He's dead. He tried, though. He tried real hard. I realize now I should have attempted this endeavor at an earlier part in the evening. I underestimated myself. Definitely underestimated myself. It's funny, my last win in this game was also in the wee hours of the morning. That's just when my brain focuses. Everything comes together past 3 in the morning. Which is a damn shame, really. What was that, a lich? Well, he died. Alright, I was gonna go to 4. Clear this whole level out now. Tab our way through, you know. That's how things get done. It's nice, we get to pretty much end every battle with full health, so we don't have to waste time resting. Just keep on keeping on. That was a portal to the Abyss. Yep. If you wanted to voluntarily go to the Abyss for the rune, because there is a rune in the Abyss, you can go there. The thing with the Abyss and the rune is there's multiple levels of the Abyss, and it gets progressively crazier and much harder as you go down. But the further you go down, well, basically how it works is items can appear in the Abyss, and there is a random percentage, small chance that one of the items, when spawned, will instead spawn the rune, the Abyss rune. So I think it's like a 10% chance in the lowest level, or 5% or something like that. And so, as you go down, the percentage chance gets higher, but things are more difficult. What that really means is you never go below the first level if you're looking for the rune. Since the level is infinitely long, you have just much better chances of just staying alive forever in the first level and eventually finding the rune and not worrying about it. With the Enchantress. The Enchantress has killed one of my other characters, and you do not want to be killed at this point. I'm wondering what's hurting so much. Keep an eye on my health, because I can't freaking see it. Actually, I'm going to use Grand Finale on her. Dead. That's a lot easier. It resets your piety back to 0, but that's not really a bad thing when you can just one-shot whatever's in your face. That's pretty cool. I got to use Grand Finale. I hadn't used it the whole time. Yeah. Getting bogged down with all the bodies. Yeah. Dump this. Yeah, we're not a magic using class, character, build. one... After I win this time, maybe next time I'll try magic. This just seemed too cool for me to pass up. Mass stabbing people, clearing rooms in a second. Sounded real cool. And it is real cool. And my chair is starting to be uncomfortable because this is a long time to play a game. But we're doing it, baby. We're doing it. There you can go to Pandemonium, which is an infinite realm of pain and suffering. Yeah, I'll pass on that. Let us head into Zot. The lock glows eerily. Heavy smoke blows from the lock. With a loud hiss, the gate opens wide. And here we are in the realm of Zot. So, there aren't going to be many enemies in here that we haven't seen elsewhere. A few, such as these Draconians. And, I mean, we're definitely going to be taking damage here. It would be pretty crazy if I didn't. But as long as we're not utterly stupid, I think we should be okay. Moth of Wraths will be all over the place here, which is bad. Because they can, you know, enrage everybody. So, we must be on our toes. It takes a while to kill things without the paralyze, so... we'll have to monitor our piety in combat situations. Make sure everything's okay. Got an embroidered cloak. +1 cloak of invisibility. And my evocations is shit, so that's pointless. I mean, look at how much food I might as well just eat my fill. Eat my fill. I would never eat my fill. He's a good guy. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Zot traps. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. Just hope for the best. You know, you either see them and you avoid them, or you don't and you can't do anything about it. So hopefully we see them all. And if we do trigger one, hopefully it does not do anything bad. Sending us to the Abyss is like the best case scenario, I think. Taking 200 damage would not be good. This will be like the one video I record for my vacation. I'll break it up into like 10 parts or something like that. This epic mini-series, which ends with me just dying on my way out. That would be pretty shitty. I think it's recommended, really. We got our final level up, so we're at 34 strength, 29 dex, which is pretty solid. Really, I don't think we have to clear the whole level. I think people don't recommend it. Oh, this is a very tough enemy. Disembodied Toe. They can do the Symbol of Torment, which can very quickly take down your HP. They are the most priority target, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's not recommended to go all the way through the levels of Zot. You're just increasing your chances that you'll die to like a toe or something like that. With my Minotaur, I definitely cleared everything. And I'm down to Zot 3 having cleared everything, but... you know... it's just kind of how I play, is just clearing everything. Because most of the game, you are meant to clear everything. It's in your best interest. So it's weird to suddenly break that habit. It worked out for my Minotaur, so we'll probably keep it up. I don't know if I need to do stair dancing here, but it does not hurt us. It does not kill us to stair dance. Well, the stairs are right here. Alright, screw it, since that's really quick. That may fuck us over later. Orb of Fire. So here we go. Extremely dangerous. Twisting the very flesh of creatures who come into its ken. So it has the Malmutate ability. There you go. You feel clumsy, so that's -1 dex. Got it. I mean, walking away with just clumsy 1. Oh no, apparently, what the hell did that happen? Did I always have that? I don't know when that happened. Apparently we have Dopey and Deterioration 1, neither of which are good. Maybe something else happened to us. So, since we know that these stairs up here are very close to the stairs up to Zot 3, we ideally want to find some downstairs that are actually... I don't think I can... Oh, I can. Okay, so this is our best bet. Okay. So Zot 5, here we are. This is going to be the potential make it or break it. So, of course, the worst thing about Zot 5 are the Orbs of Fire, which we already encountered one. I don't have any potions of mutation. I have no mutation resistance. It's going to be kind of a shit show. Here we have the Orb Guardians. Not really too tough. They can hit for a good amount, but they can't really do anything else special. So they die like everything else. Like I said, the Orbs of Fire are really the concern here. So there's 2 branching paths, left and right. Both lead to the same place, which is the orb. Zot traps everywhere, all sorts of traps everywhere. There's the Orb of Fire. I got Molten Scales. Hey, that's pretty good. You buffed my AC, buddy. I feel the urge to shout. I definitely saw that. I'll just look at the list after I kill him. We got Clumsy 2. And we got Screaming 1. Not too bad for that fight. But now we have 4 Orbs of Fire. Remember, all blinks are random in Zot 5. So I could use a blink, but I have no idea where it would take me. And I'd likely die in the process. Yeah, everybody can see invisible, so that won't save me. That's a real shitty teleport, man. I'm hoping my regen kind of helps me out. Let's just take it all the way back. God, that freaking orb of fire. Why are you such a shit heel? Okay. What am I at now? Deterioration 2 and Dopey 2. Still that nothing too terrible. If I can do these orbs one at a time, I'll be kind of happy. Let's use another haste. Okay. Clumsy 2, Deterioration 2, Dopey 2, Screaming 1. Screaming is not helping my case, but... because Screaming now brought these guys over. I should be using Potions of Resistance. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay, still kind of okay. Corrosive doesn't help, but just these two, it's no problem. Better off going the same way I was, as I dealt with most of the shit over there. Let's pop a Potion of Resistance. Yeah, way less damage from that fire. Jesus. Yeah, Potion Resistance definitely helps. Oh yeah, there's Killer Clowns, by the way. Dangerous Killer Clowns. Can regenerate quickly, do up to 30 damage, and random effects to you, which of course can be terrible. Like Banishment. Although it's not terrible at this point. Banishment could save my life in a situation. Oh, I got the Paralyze. That's nice. Of course, I'm drawing all the Orb of Fires from both sides because I'm shouting. Okay. Bring it on, Orb Guardians. You're not scaring nobody. Aha. Who would have thought you'd see it, huh? The Orb of Zod, an invaluable artifact. So, once we grab the orb, we need to go back to dungeon level 1 and escape out the front door. You might think that's pretty simple, and last time for me it was, but from now until we leave, once we grab the orb, they will be random demons sent after us every step of the way. It's going to be tricky, but we got it. So first things first, we're going to teleport. It's going to be slow because... oh my god. What are the odds of that? That's not the one I wanted. I'm going to be... okay, we want this ladder. So here we have Zitzmitzel and one of the Lords of Pandemonium. Got him. Lord my ass, right? Don't fuck up your movement. It's over there. That's not too bad. No. Stuff really isn't that dangerous. It's the lords you gotta watch out for. The demons that they send are completely random. They can be lowly little iron imps, they can be red devils, or they can be pandemonium lords. It's random. Like I said, with my Minotaur, I got pretty lucky. I didn't get any sort of really horrific stuff. So here is where you hope for good stair placement throughout your whole game, where you don't have to run too far. That's a pretty far run. Alright, fine, I'll kill you. If that's what you so desperately desire. Please piss off. Okay, we're on dungeon 13. $11. Oh, damn it. Nice. 9. Executioner is usually bad. Oh, hold on. Let me switch to my boots of running. That will help us. We will run like the wind. Ow. Here. Here. 6. 5. 4. Fuck. Run fast. Run fast, little plant. Ha ha! Jigged and jagged you and juked you. 3. 2. Oh, sun demon. Stay the hell away from me. 1. Game. With a much higher score than my other win. Yeah! You witnessed it. I have video footage. Nat did it. Oh, man. 2 wins. Who would have thought? I never would have thought I'd get 2 wins. I vividly remember the days of a rune being just like some impossible dream. Look at that. 2 wins. Man. Almost 3 hours of a video. The total game lasted 3 hours and 2 minutes, so really I cut off like 12 minutes at the start of the run. Yeah, I mean, I credit a lot of that to some amazing equipment. That weapon was just a godsend. The amulet was really good. Just some solid stuff. Even though I didn't get great armor for most of the game, The offensive capabilities of that build are just nuts. Yeah, holy shit, I did it. It's late as hell, but I did it. You can see all the other VSFis throughout here that failed along the way. It takes quite a bit of tries to make it happen, but oh man, it's so exciting. So exciting. If you watch this entire thing, if you actually watched it, God bless you. But if you really wanted to see the win, you stuck through it. Or you skipped to right now and you get to see that. In which case, shame on you. You needed to suffer along the whole way. Yeah, hell of a game. God damn, who'd have thought that a game with this simple of graphics and this old school style I would spend this much time playing. Damn solid stuff. That's it, and that's how you do it. So, you know, try out Minotaur Berserker, try out Vinestalker Fighter once you get the hang of things. Uskaya, if you're wondering, is the altar that looks like a little drum. Very fun stuff, very fun style. So I think next time I'm going to have to go for more than 3 runes now that I have proven I can do it multiple times. I'll have to check out some of the other stuff. I'm a little scared, but... Alright. That's Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Hell of a game. Hell of a game. Hell of a video. And hell of a night. I'm very tired now. It is all drained out of me. So, my name is Mangg. Game you've been watching has been Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. And I'll see you fine folks around.